Typically, we have about 30 to 40.
Yeah, I think
we
it's...
peaked over 200. Tonight's, I think, a little bit slow.
Yeah, tonight's about
but
20
to... I didn't
to...
necessarily advertise as much as I normally do, but
well,
yes, now they're realizing that we cannot talk to them, so we are not subbing them, we just cannot respond back.
And let's hope he didn't realize that we can't talk to him because he heard us. Actually, there's enough of a delay that he shouldn't have been able to hear that by now.
Yeah, there's a delay on the stream, so it should be fine.
So
all right, so if you were just joining us, welcome. I am Pyronia, and with me is my co-caster Phegan. We're with rhgaming.com. So you should come drop by RH Gaming. We've got a nice big StarCraft 2 community. We also have a D3 community, as well as a emerging Han community. So pretty much whatever your flavor of gaming is, we've got it, as long as it's on a computer.
So, the interesting thing about this map, as Methix noted in the last game, this is cross-spawn only. Now, I don't know if Trogdor knew that, and intentionally scouted cross-spawn, or if he just figured, I'm going to scout first. On the other hand, Mr. Pie did not know this, so he is just scouting everywhere, but he's going to get the Zerg on his second attempt. So I'm feeling we're going to see a very actually, no, I'm incorrect. Gas is already down for Mr. Pie, so we are going to see a slightly different build. Probably Reactor Hellions. And we do have was that a hatch first? Yes, it was a hatch first.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, judging on their positions, was actually very safe. Whereas if they were closer to each other, it wouldn't have been as safe.
Yeah, and he definitely knows the map, so, I think that's sort of why he probably has a build that he does in here, so he's probably going for something specific.
Yes.
Alright, so there is our factory, and I'm expecting to see a reactor quite quickly there on the barracks.
And he's second now. Nope, we're going to see a Marine first.
Oh, nope, Marine first. Alright. Maybe he's going to get that Marine, plant him up here, try to pick off the Overlord to prevent scouting.
2 factories
he
again,
does have his second gas quite quickly, though, so, he's ready to...
There's the second factory.
Again.
I meant to say 2 refineries, but the second factory has dropped. So it looks like we're going to see a very similar build, just slightly altered. He got that first gas a little earlier. You know what it was? He wasn't going for the
early command center.
Early command center. That is the difference.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if he can maintain this production. I don't know if he can or not. He definitely, one of the nice things that 3P had going for him last game was he was extremely aggressive as far as his expanding, and he was very safe with his expansion, so it really let him get a pretty good economic lead.
Absolutely.
Whereas this time around, we've got, the economic lead is going slightly to Trogdor.
Yeah, the Zerg really wants to be on at least one more base, so it's not going to be a huge economic lead, but if he gets an opportunity to drone without getting much aggression, he's going to be in good shape. So it looks like we're going to have Blue Flame Hellions and a reactor on the second factory, so he's going to do a ton of Hellions, and then presumably he's going to go into mech play.
And we do have a fast-ish Evo chamber from our Zerg player. He might be a little bit scared from last time from the Banshees, so he's getting ready for it, just in case. It is earlier than is needed, for sure. He hasn't really seen anything that would lead him to believe that he needs that.
And he is going to have a spine crawler up.
Yeah, and he also has his third queen up, so he's ready to start getting his creep spread going.
He should be...
But it's also good protection against air.
Oh, look at that. Did he even produce a Hellion? He did not. Oh, there they come. Alright, so he's getting Blue Flame, getting tanks out of his Tech Lab factory, and Hellions out of his reactor factory.
And one thing here, too, from Trogdor, I'm surprised he did have that earlier Evo chamber, so he's going for +1 melee attacks. I'm surprised he didn't build it down by his ramp, where he can use it just, to protect from Hellion run by.
He may look to build another spine crawler if he sees what comes out. He does have a Zergling planted at the natural of the Terran, and he is moving his spine crawler up, so that will have full map vision. And he is getting his creep spread out nice, because these Hellions are hitting kind of late. But
alright, so he was able to see the one factory, he did not see the second factory.
And he did not see any add-ons with it either.
Right.
So he knows there's at least a factory in play. He doesn't know if he's going to see Hellions, tanks, or both. I think we are seeing not all in, but a
it's
pretty
definitely a
big
timing
push here.
though. Mm-hmm.
Bring a lot of SCVs, though, so if he does not hold this... I mean, if this gets held, he's going to fall far behind in the economic game, because he's already down 20 workers.
I
And
think it's going to be challenging for him to hold it, though. If we look at unit comps, he has 10 Zerglings and a couple Banelings, which,
yep,
those tanks already have siege.
they do have siege. He's going to need to hit these Banelings. Excellent, but it's primarily Hellions. So...
And those SCVs are there to tank, so even
Yep.
if those Banelings do go in, more likely than not, they're just going to be getting SCVs.
He is propping up. He is also bringing the barracks for sighting, which is a smart move. He's just got to wait for it to get there. And he is going to go, and that Spine Crawler is probably going to fall pretty fast, but here come the Zerglings and the Banelings. Everything is clumped up, so if the Banelings do get a good hit, they are going to take out a ton. Both tanks go down, and a ton of SCVs. There's a whole bunch of Hellions left, though. 4 Hellions left, and 1 tank. Those Queens should actually be able to clean this up.
Nice transfuses.
Yes, excellent transfuses. Decent micro of the tank back. He needs to... That Hellion has one... There it goes. The Hellion is down, but he did hold this. He held this actually very well.
Just before it died, so good job.
Excellent
There's
micro.
An appropriate time to bury your head in the sand, and that was it. So really nice micro with those Queens. They're able to keep them alive, and let's check and see the damage done. So as far as income, we have a commanding lead with workers, 44 drones to 21 SCVs. So even with mules, he is very far behind.
So he's pushing again.
Yeah, I think at this point he knows that he sort of has lost, so he's just going to send everything in, really.
Yep, he's just going to keep going until he's got nothing left. But there's a good amount of Lings left, and they are morphing into Banelings. I don't know if the Banelings are going to get completed before everything gets there. So the Lings are buying some time for those Banelings. Here they come. I don't like Banelings against Hellions, but when you don't have a Roach Warren, it's better than Zerglings.
Truth.
So
unfortunately, I think he's just so far behind. I think that he can just keep on producing Zerglings and Banelings and just run in there.
He has dropped his 3rd. He has a good trust fund going, so he's actually in very good shape.
All right, so we have a little bit of a tank push here. Here come Lings.
And they're actually targeting the SCVs. All the SCVs are down. The Baneling's going to run right into the tanks, and there's 4 Hellions and a tank left, but we still have a whole bunch more Banelings, well, 8, and 4 Zerglings. But the Spine Crawler is still up, but the barracks can spot for them. Do we have a lair yet? The lair is up, and the spire is actually already complete. So this is going to get very, very bad when these 8 Mutalisks pop. In fact,
those Banelings really need speed. They're so slow.
They are so slow, but all the tanks are cleared up, which is really the scary part of the army that's going to do the major damage. And there's the GG anyways.
Yeah, so, he had a specific idea, but I think his other build